The 3-count question of the week.
So what we know is SummerSlam is in Las Vegas in the Raiders Stadium. From reports, tickets have been selling well in the pre-sales. I think tickets fully go on sale this weekend, I think. But the report, and this is a question that was the discussion we were going to get to last week, but we didn't make it. What does WWE need to do? Because the report is they want this year's SummerSlam to be this year's WrestleMania. Meaning one big night, huge stadium, all of that stuff. So what does WWE need to do to make this show the quote-unquote WrestleMania of 2021? Does anybody want to start us off?
Call it WrestleMania.
I mean,
probably having a live crowd is going to be enough.
Oh, they had that for WrestleMania.
But it was half crowd, socially distanced in spots. Cardboard cutout,
masks.
Cardboard cutouts in the seats.
It's hard to yell.
Those sort of things. So this is like, it's not going to be full capacity. I think it's like 3/4. You're going to have a big stage, it looks like, but it's going to be capacity shoulder to shoulder.
This ain't bad.
What's
I'm
that?
Looking at,
Punk.
I'm looking at, because the pre-sale is on right now, and if you go to Ticketmaster.com, you can actually see what tickets are available.
Mm-hmm.
Row 117, you can get 2 seats together in row 10 for $250 a pop.
That's not bad at all.
That's not bad at all,
Nope,
Jack.
that ain't bad.
I paid that today. The 300 section's going for like $75 a pop. Shoot.
Yeah, I mean, it's they're not it's not bad.
Nah, man, not at all.
But for me, I think the big thing that they need to do is I think you just need to get as many big names on deck at this point, because like WrestleMania was good, like it was awesome. You're back, crowds in the building. It felt like a WrestleMania, but then you knew Monday Raw after Mania is going right back in the Thunderdome. So it's like, this was exciting, but you kind of your excitement was tamped down a little bit, I think, because you knew like this wasn't the start of anything special, whatever. So now you're going back on the road in July. This is the big party of the summer. This is the thing we've been waiting for. You're at the new Raiders Stadium, so this is an exciting thing. You're in Vegas. I think now's the time you get a lot of those pieces on deck. I think you're making calls to Brock Lesnar. I think you're making calls to John Cena. I think you're making calls to, hell, you're probably making a call to Punk, whether or not he answers or not. I think Becky Lynch should be on the table.
I don't want to jump ahead on the sheet, but I feel like in order for us to condense some time,
that's fine.
I think it's good to talk about John Cena recently coming out and talking about Roman Reigns.
Sure. No, not that guy, right?
I mean, right month, wrong topic.
Got it.
Correct.
But John Cena talking about Roman Reigns, talking about wrestling in the pandemic era. Roman Reigns has basically said, if John Cena wants to fight me, he knows where to find me.
Yeah, I liked Roman's comments that was like, John and Dwayne ought to stay on the set and stay out of my ring. I love that response from Roman.
And if he gets John in August,
there's only one other.
He might get Dwayne in April.
Yeah, he might get Dwayne. But it was in an interview with Chris Van Vliet.
Big match.
Both of them are.
That would be big.
John Cena, Roman Reigns right now?
That's not as big as Reigns Rock.
Yeah, I think it's bigger.
But
no way.
Yes.
You throw the Juicy Uses in there, all that lineage. They're gonna throw Towels in. No way.
It would be a bigger spectacle, but I don't say it's a bigger like.
Okay.
a bigger match. It's more notable. Roman is more notable.
You would put Roman over
I would put
John
Roman over
Cena?
both of them. Yes.
Okay.
The
So
next time
Roman just rolls.
the next time Roman Reigns loses for the title will be against WWE's next star.
Yeah, I agree.
And they're not going to ruin that. Like
Okay.
it's got to be, and
I could also see Shane McMahon beating him.
The best in the world. Shane McMahon.
I didn't mean that.
Cena pointed out in an interview with Chris Van Vliet, the lack of fans gave Roman Reigns a chance to develop the tribal chief persona. He said, I also think this time without an audience has allowed performers, like let's say Roman Reigns, for example, to unobstructively mold his character. If you send Roman Reigns from city to city to city without a paying audience with paying audience after paying audience, there may be some audiences that don't even care what he wants or has to say. They just want to boo him or cheer him or whatever. Without that, especially when developing a character, when trying to get the message across, when trying to hand someone your business card, I think Roman Reigns has absolutely needed this time, and in it, he developed himself, his personality, found out who he is. So now when he goes back to live audiences, they're not confused. He spent his 15-month block defining who he is, and he's the one that can benefit from this.
There are two people that have absolutely dunked their time in the pandemic era.
Roman Reigns.
And Bailey.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Those are the only two I can think of. You know who's a really close third?
Bob
Riddle.
Lashley.
Riddle. Bob Lashley too, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Bobby!
Bob Lashley, to be his is more partnered with like the Hurt Business in general, and his trajectory was going up before the pandemic hit.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Drew did what he could.
Sure.
I don't think he dunked, but he did better than Ben Simmons.
He's not putting up zeros.
Wow.
Damn.
You know, there are some games where I scored just as many points as Ben Simmons. Just saying.
I don't even want to talk. I'm not a basketball fan, but that game was just
in that
unreal.
same interview. I'll knock off one of my stories from the
Yeah,
news.
keep doing your stuff.
In the same interview,
Keep it rolling, baby.
Van Vliet asked Cena about his possible return to WWE. He says, You're always dressed so well every time I see you, and I appreciate that. When was the last time you wore jean shorts? Cena said, the last time was not this WrestleMania, but last WrestleMania. I can tell you this. I'm very much looking forward to wearing jorts again. It's been too long. So, I mean, I think the signs are there. That you know, John is coming back to us here soon.
Especially since Fast 9 comes out. When does Fast 9 come out?
It's got to be probably
I'll tell
this
you what,
summer.
it won't be as good as Blockers.
Fast 9, June 25th.
It's a date.
Yeah, that I mean, I mean, I would have thought he's probably more in line to come back when crowds are in, but maybe they start.
Well, but I'm saying if he comes for SummerSlam, he's hot off of Fast 9.
Oh, well, that's true. Okay.
He'll be hot come Summerfest.
Yeah, like people will have
Oh,
Fast 9.
SummerSlam.
Fast 9 could be the first movie that people actually go to the theaters and see. There have been movies out in the theaters.
Right, but this is the first
Fast
like
9,
That's your summer blockbuster that people show up to.
it's Fast 9 and it's Black Widow. And honestly, I think Fast 9 is going to crush Black Widow
Okay.
in the box office just because I
heard they're re-releasing Not Another Teen Movie, and I will maybe
Are they
be one of the
really?
only
Wait,
people
are you
I would
being
watch
serious?
in theaters.
Is that
No, I'm fucking no. Do I say serious things on this show?
like twice in 7 years?
Oh my
Jesus
god.
Christ,
Jesus,
Mark.
Bobby.
Bobby!
Bob!
Good God. But yeah,
Who was his friend there, Mark?
Oh, that's Jimmy, the little Indian boy. He led Cindy and Bobby back to their
really
camp.
can't say
It was just
that.
over
Stop
the hill.
I think we gotta stop.
We really got to figure
Saying
out
that
another way to
every
say that
week.
shit.
I gotta like I need to have my soundboard so when he starts to I need to give him the like I got
Uh-oh, he was that little Native American boy.
That's almost not as good.
That indigenous person.
There we go.
There you go.
Indigenous person.
Thank
An
you.
indigenous person let him
Much
back.
better. Much better. So yeah,
It's a good thing he didn't.
I think you just
Oh, I better not say
I
it.
just no. I think for SummerSlam, I think you just need to get
Thanks for tapping those brakes.
I think you just need to put all your chips on the table. Make this show, returning stars. I think, like I said, all the big stage bigger than WrestleMania. I think you need to go, no pun intended here, all out for SummerSlam in Las Vegas. Like I think you have to make it feel big. And I mean, I think the return to fans in the crowd, Money in the Bank weekend, and then you're going into Monday Night Raw after Money in the Bank, and then SmackDown the end of the next week. I think you're going to start building some of that excitement with being back on the road. But yeah, it has to just be big. It has to be over the top. It has to be over the top. Mark or Tim, what does WWE have to do here?
They got to bring in. Cena. They got to bring him in. I don't see The Rock coming in for this. Maybe Lesnar, and Lesnar would be good, but I think Cena would be within reach. Let's bring him in. Let's make it special. It's Vegas. Let's gamble.
All right, Tim.
If I'm honest, they don't need to do anything. SummerSlam has sold itself for quite some time, but also SummerSlam has been the show, the event in which big stars come back. It's been a Brock Lesnar show. It's been a return from injury type show. Having John Cena will be nice. Having another big name star would be nice. But WrestleMania did pretty well without any of that. And because it's in Vegas and because it's going to be an early ticket and it's going to get out in enough time for people to go catch the Pacquiao fight, which they have said, because it's going to be local time 5 to 8. So complete daylight for SummerSlam. They're going to get out early, have plenty of time to get over to the Pacquiao fight. It's a destination on its own. I don't know if they need something else. For them to say that it needs to be like WrestleMania, SummerSlam's kind of prided itself on not being WrestleMania. WrestleMania is not a party. SummerSlam has been a party.
That's true. It's been
Biggest party of
fun.
the summer.
It's been light. It's been like a different kind of exciting than WrestleMania.
I mean, does WrestleMania have to do the things they do? WrestleMania sells itself on its own, but you still get the Bad Bunny match.
Right. But I think when I think big like WrestleMania,
Right.
I'm thinking part of that is we have to be in a big stadium, which means we have to have a gigantic, elaborate WrestleMania type set.
I gotcha.
We have to basically blow the budget on the venue and the extra stuff.
Right.
Where it used to be just a really hot summer show in the Air Canada Center or in like the TD Bank Garden,
Right.
or like in a
Staples
basketball
Center for
stadium.
a while. Right.
Staples.
Right.
It was in Staples. It was in Brooklyn, and then now last year, or the last time we had a SummerSlam in front of fans, it was in Canada. So for it to be in a stadium, I'm not surprised, because I think the pandemic did WWE a favor, and kind of now that it's up, no pun intended, now that it's all lifted, expect to see your big 4 pay-per-views in big stadiums. At least,
Yeah, because I mean, Rumbles are they're baseball stadiums now. I think that
Rumbles
seems to be
are
the
baseball
direction.
stadiums. WrestleMania will never go back into a smaller venue again.
No.
Nope.
There is a rumor.
Right. I think we talked about
that
that for 40 Madison Square Garden.
They're talking about doing 2 nights for 40.
Okay.
Night 1 at MSG and night 2 at MetLife.
And MetLife again. That makes sense.
I think if you just, I would just do 2 nights at MSG.
2 venues, 2
Well,
different
I guess they've
covers,
done the.
2 different price points,
Yeah. Okay.
2 different experiences.
I wouldn't hate that. I wouldn't hate that at all.
It's a money grab,
Sure.
but I would absolutely pay the higher price to go to MSG just to catch a WrestleMania in MSG.
Yeah,
I say you've done it.
I actually probably would too. I mean, it's MSG.
10-20.
And you, like, well, the 3 of you.
Did they muff up not doing 30 there?
I think they did.
And the 3 of you have already seen a WrestleMania in MetLife.
Yeah.
Correct.
And
So
it was awesome. Like, my seats sucked, and it was awesome.
But yeah,
You couldn't get much higher than Mark and I, but I had a blast.
Oh,
I would do it again tomorrow.
People
I
don't
would
go
do
to
real tight
WrestleMania.
tights.
People don't go to WrestleMania for the seats.
no.
Right.
And
I mean, that's the same thing. I mean, we get
unless
left
you're
into, like-
literally remortgaging your house and sitting next to, khaki hat guy.
right.
Or
A bunch of us got tickets to go see Guns N' Roses. We're not expecting a great Guns N' Roses show, but the time is ticking to say, hey, I caught Guns N' Roses live. There's not many more years you're going to have an opportunity to do that. So do it while you can.
I mean, that's
Right.
why I paid more for Paul McCartney tickets a
Bingo.
few years
Great
back
example. Right.
than I would ever pay. Than I said I would ever pay to go see a concert, and I would pay double what I paid for him to see it tomorrow, because it was that good of a show, by the way.
Right.
But yeah,
You just
it's-
don't have much time left to do it.
right,
So,
exactly.
Yeah,
And I
He was a
saw
Beatle, for
saw
God's
a
sake.
Beatle live. Like,
he was a Beatle. Right.
He
Right.
was a Beatle. Yeah.
And also, to bring it back to wrestling, while we don't have that much time left, we're also making up for lost time.
that's true too.
There's
That's
another
fair.
reason why I don't think this SummerSlam has to do so much. West Coast destination, people are getting vaccinated. Go west, go gamble, spend $1 million, whatever, and have yourself a blast. Like,
My broke ass would roll out there with $150.
and just walk up and say, put it on black, lose, and be like, all right, that's my time, guys. I'm out.
See you guys.
Nice seeing everybody.
I'm out.
To walk into the casino, walk out of the casino.
Have you seen that GIF of the dog in like the trench coat and the hat? Or no, it's the Simpsons grandparent
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
who like
In,
walks in,
Hat,
coat,
turns
walks
around, puts the hat
yep.
back on, leaves.
That is
100%.
all of us at Vegas.
That's literally been me in the casino. Like,
Oh, 00. Are you
The-
fucking kidding me?
the first time that NXT was at Bethlehem,
Where Jesus was born.
they it was at the Sands, now
Sands,
Wind
yeah.
Creek, I think it is. So Ryan and I go up to the show. We're like, you know what? We're here a little bit early. We ate the food court. Really good food court there, by the way.
Real nice food court.
And then
That little town of Bethlehem.
we decided to go in. No, we don't have time, Mark. We decided to go into the casino, play, and I literally, I mean, I didn't spend a lot of money, but the money that I did spend was gone real fast, real fast. Same thing on my honeymoon. We were up at Wilkes-Barre. It's at the Mohegan Sun. My money went quick. My wife won money, And by the rules and standards of the fact that I spent money to buy rings and get married, we walked away in the black, so we were good.
There you go.
I lost money, but we made money.
There you go.
Walked out in the black after all of that.
Yeah.
Darn.
My
You
wife
say
doesn't
that.
have the gamble triggered like I do, because like even when I'm winning, I'm like, all right, I'm on a roll, and then like
Can't leave on a heater.
and then you start to fall, and you're like, I'm gonna get it back. I swear to God, I'm gonna get
Right,
this back.
that bonus is coming back.
Yeah, it's gonna hit. It's gonna hit, and then it never does. It's really weird how it works out that way.
I did a hand pay once, which was fantastic. There's nothing nicer than standing there and somebody just counting $100 bills into your hand like this.
Damn, look at you.
That's like Monty Hall.
It was
That was
so
probably-
nice.
The
That was
let's
probably
make a
my
deal
favorite
guy.
time. That's probably my
Yeah, he
favorite
did.
time working. I used to
Cannot
work at a
wait.
bank. I used to work at a bank, and it was so like, it's just as cool as it is being on the receiving end of like getting the money counted into your hands. Working at a bank and handling at like any one time like 20,000, 30,000, 40,000 in cash.
Right.
You're just like, God, this is amazing. Like I don't even love money like this, and I just, this is great.
Yep, that's not the root of all evil at all.
No.
All right. Any other thoughts to the question of the week? SummerSlam, make it feel like WrestleMania.
No.
All right, let's
That's a
go.
sound clip. I'm ready for it.
I mean, I already had this one,
Fat.
so you're like full of that style.
I love my my goat, my fat.
All right,